Hi, everybody!
Hi.
Happy Fursuit Friday! We're back! Sorry we've been away between, lack of ideas for content and us both getting sick back and forth there.
And I also had to use the bathroom some of those times.
Okay. But anyhow, so we're back. We got another tier list we're gonna do. This time we're talking about all the movies we watched over the past month. And some of them we've already talked about in a previous video that we did. So when we do those,
Sorry about that.
window. But yeah, so some of those will be the stuff we've already talked about. So those will be in. We will have the link to that video in the description. But for now, here is our tier list. We found a new tier list maker here, and we're gonna use that.
Yeah, it's from our dear friend Tad Mazel Tov.
Yes, Mazel Tov to Tad.
Okay, so
I got a little issue right there. Oh, I guess that's not it. What that is then? There's something. Anywho, so yeah.
Oh, there it is.
So yeah, first movie we have is Atomic Blonde. This is a movie that Azurean had been begging me to see, and I'd seen it ages ago when it came out in theaters. What did you think?
I liked it. It was a lot of fun. About a little. I had heard it advertised as John Wick, but with a woman.
Yeah, with Charlize Theron.
And
right?
it's kind of that way, but I feel like John Wick has way more of a story going on. Atomic Blonde takes forever to they just throw you in the middle of the action and you have to piece together what's going on along the way.
I definitely agree. John Wick definitely sets up the premise of we don't really know his backstory, but we get to know him as a character before he gets thrown into the things. Whereas this, she's already an agent and is already doing things. The movie takes place right before the fall of the Berlin Wall in
the 80s
in Germany, and James McAvoy is also her co-star in this.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm actually you say that you heard about it as being like John Wick. I'm actually not sure which came first.
John Wick came first.
Did it? Okay, all right. Because these movies, I'm wondering if it was months or even just only a year apart or something, because they both feel around that same time ago for me. But anyhow, very interesting movie. So definitely some really cool action set pieces. But they really go hard on she is getting the beatdown of her life, and we're constantly seeing her taking ice baths. One of the first scenes we see her in is she's taking a bathtub full of ice, and she's covered in bruises, and it's very weird. Also, John Goodman has a cameo as agent from the CIA or something.
Yeah, he's like the director or something.
Yeah, the director of CIA. That's what I meant. But yeah, he's barely in the movie. I swear he and this other guy that were in this interrogation scene probably spent a day's worth of filming to be in this film. But anyhow, so how would you rank it? What did you think of it?
It's a B tier.
B? Oh, you want me? Okay. Let's see. Where is
it was the cursor was right on it. I left it on there.
Oh, okay. Okay, so B tier. All right. All right. Next, we have one of the movies we talked about in the previous video, Saludos Amigos.
That was the one that was live action.
Yeah, that was the one that was mostly live action and introduced Jose Carioca, and did not feature the other bird.
That's where the eggs come out of.
So how would you rank that one?
You know what? I feel like it should be higher because it's a Disney parrot, right? It's a cartoon parrot.
Yeah.
It should be really high tier, and I did like the story overall, but there wasn't enough parrot and there's way too much live action.
Yeah.
It felt to me like a TV special at best.
Yeah, it was definitely part of this educational kind of thing where they were like, hey, people from South America or people from Mexico. I think no, it was South America.
Yeah,
Still.
South America.
Mexico is the other guy. But yeah, so
Oh, spoilers.
this is definitely one of those. We sent our guys down to South America, and here's the footage we got
Yeah, that's kind of how it felt.
for
It kind
some
of
of
felt
it.
like they just kind of like went on vacation,
Yeah,
recorded it, and then wrote a story later. I did like I did want to learn watching this movie. I wanted to learn more about the bird. That's it.
okay.
No, honestly, it was the human story was okay, but because the animation was kind of like secondhand, I
Yeah.
would say it has to be a C tier.
Okay.
Not bad, not a bad thing to watch. Just if you go in expecting to see an awesome parrot, you get it,
Yeah.
but you really have to wait.
And the next is the Three Caballeros. This is the one that introduced Panchito Pistoles from Mexico,
Yes, yes.
who
Um,
actually does not introduce himself in the movie, as previously stated.
yeah. This one was way better because you had more birds for more of the movie.
And it was Donald Duck's birthday.
Yes, yes. His birthday in universe does not match his birthday according to Disney proper.
Yes, for some reason.
Yeah, they decided to undo it to make it as a like debut day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's fine, I get that, but in universe,
Yeah.
it could be different. You could have two birthdays when you're a character. This one was better. I would put it in B tier because
Okay.
it has more birds. Better than the first. Was it 2 years after the previous?
I think that sounds about right. But anyhow, next we have Melody Time. This was a series of Disney shorts that they stitched together as a feature film. We had the bear who learned who escaped the
Oh
zoo,
yeah, that's
the
right.
circus, and
This one I really enjoyed. I thought it was a lot of fun. It definitely didn't follow the formula that I thought it would.
I think this is also the one with the ventriloquist guy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Overall, I really like this one. I enjoyed it. I think it's still a fun watch now. I would say it's a B tier.
Really, B?
Yeah,
Okay.
I liked it.
Well, I am gonna put it high B then.
Okay.
Because yeah, I liked all the stories. I thought they were well done.
Entertaining. They're all entertaining, and I don't feel like I was cheated with them.
Hopefully, I am remembering. Oh wait, maybe it was Fun and Fancy Free, the one I'm thinking of with the ventriloquist.
Oh, well, that's okay. I like that
But
one
anyhow,
too.
so next one is Misery.
Misery was a wonderful movie.
Real switch up from the animated movies. I had never seen Misery, and you had seen it before, yes?
I had seen chunks of it.
Okay, so
I
you'd
saw
seen
the
bits and pieces.
yeah, I saw the finale.
Okay.
I don't remember like some of the fights.
Yeah, I think the only thing I had seen prior was the infamous scene in the movie.
They put it in the trailers.
Oh, did they really? They gave that scene away in the trailer.
They didn't show everything.
Oh, okay.
They just showed the sledgehammer.
Well, that's unfortunate because that's one of those things is that the movie sets her up as being this, person who is being very kind and helping him.
And
then we slowly find out that she's not all that well.
Yes, she's not a good person. But yes, I really enjoyed this.
Also, for those who have not seen the movie, Misery is one of those weird double meaning titles. The movie is about James Caan, I believe is the actor.
Yeah, James Caan.
He is an author who's writing a series of women's novels. I think it's specifically novels that women enjoy about Misery Chastain. So the name of the character in the book that everybody loves, and specifically Kathy Bates' character, is named Misery. But you kind of can see that from watching the movie, it's also got the double meaning of the protagonist is in misery throughout the movie. Bad things keep happening, and it keeps getting worse.
It's a slow escalation.
Yes.
She reveals pieces of her here and there. And then by the end of the movie, you have a full mental picture.
And for being an older movie with a slow burn kind of plot, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I feel like it still holds up.
Yes, I agree. It definitely holds up, and it's definitely worth a watch, even if you kind of already know about it. But if you haven't seen it, definitely worth checking out. They did a really great job with the cinematography and the special effects, especially for the time. Nothing looks fake. Like you go watch older movies and be like, oh man, that's definitely a prosthetic head, or oh man, they could clearly see they switched the guy out for a dummy when that car blew up, and so
Wait,
on and so
a car
forth.
blew up?
I'm using other examples. Another movie. There's this famous scene of the guy starts his car blows up, and it's just a snap cut to a different shot of a dummy sitting in the car seat while they blow up the car. And people have been able to spot this in freeze frame and home media and stuff. But yeah, nothing like that in Misery. They do a great job with everything. Nothing looks fake. It all looks authentic. And yeah, I definitely really enjoyed this one. How would you? How would
This
you
is
want
A
to
tier.
A.
This is like out of all the movies we've watched, this is one that I could see myself maybe watching again.
All right, now we get.
I didn't watch all the movies.
Now we get fun and fancy free. This is the one with the ventriloquist dummies.
Yeah, I enjoyed this one. The stories they told in this.
This is the one with Mickey, Donald, and Goofy climbing up the beanstalk.
Yes, the way they retold this classic stories with more popular characters.
I definitely remember having this as a book growing up. I don't know if maybe I saw it as its own separate short. I had not seen this as a movie, but I definitely knew I had the book. I might have seen the animation.
Yeah, I've seen some of it in school.
Yeah, it's quite possible. But yeah, the whole framing device with Jiminy Cricket, telling the story, and it was wild to see Jiminy Cricket be in something other than the movie he's known for, being in Pinocchio. But yeah, so how would you rank that? We putting it in A, B?
I would B.
B? Okay. I will put it with the other.
It's a solid B. It needs more explosions.
Okay, next is The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
Oh, that's the one I saw parts of in school, because we actually watched the Ichabod Crane segment.
Yes, I could definitely picture that being a thing. I probably did as well. I definitely feel like I saw the whole thing of the Ichabod story, but I'd never seen Mr. Toad, so that was all new to me. So unlike the other two, where it had framing devices or live action, this was just two stories that were put together to make the feature film instead of more than two.
Yeah, they're completely unrelated.
Yeah, exactly. They're very, very unrelated. One's about entirely human cast in a real world type setting that has fantastical elements put in it. The other is just anthropomorphic animals in their own world where humans aren't around. So
I haven't seen any humans around.
But anyhow, so what do we think of that one?
That one, I do have fond memories of it. Oh man, I hate to say everything's B, but that's, I'd put it in B.
Okay.
Unless you have a different idea.
All right, next we have Night at the Museum. This is one that I'd seen back in the day, but Azurean had not seen any of the Night at the Museum movies, so we started watching them. What did you think of Night at the Museum?
It was a lot of fun.
Stiller.
It was a lot of fun, and it was about what I expected from it. I didn't realize that Ben Stiller's character skewed more towards a younger audience.
Okay.
He's definitely made dumber.
Yeah. Okay. He is called Dum Dum several times in the movie.
Yes, and it's accurate. Like there's a lot of issues that could have been solved by him just paying attention or having a normal human reaction.
There's a scene early in the movie where, first of all, if you aren't familiar, it's about Andy Daly, who becomes a night watchman at this museum that has a magic spell put on it where everything comes to life at night. And when he's first hired there, the old night guards give him a sheet of lists that he's supposed to follow, a checklist. It's like, make sure to do each one of these in order. And he's like, what's there to worry about? It's just a museum. Nothing crazy is gonna happen. I'm just gonna kick back, relax, and goof off until stuff starts coming to life and things go crazy. And then he realizes, oh crap, where did I put that list? And we get like the first 3 things on the list, and then the rest of it we never get to see.
Yeah, he kind of just makes up his own rules.
I kind of was annoyed by that. Like any other movie, we'd have him finally go through the list, and read through all of them, and realize what each of them means. or even have looked at it before all the craziness and been like, why would I have to do this? And like now he goofs off because he thinks, oh, this is stupid. They're just hazing me. But anyhow, yeah. Night in the Museum, definitely a great movie. Had Dick Van Dyke, Bill Cobb, and Mickey Rooney. And of course, Robin Williams as
Oh, he was in
the
this
wax
movie?
statue of Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Did I get the right Roosevelt? Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah,
Teddy
Teddy.
Roosevelt. I got the Roosevelts mixed up. We had two presidents named Roosevelt. But anyhow, yeah, this was the first of a trilogy of movies, and apparently a Disney Plus series potentially. We haven't watched that yet, but we watched the three movies. The other two later in this video. But yeah, what did you think of my first night in the museum?
It was a lot of fun. Of course, I'm sure there's probably a lot of plot holes, but I feel like I had a lot of fun anyway. It was a fun movie, and you really feel for all the characters. And I do like the fact that a lot of the characters are kind of like they know what they are, and they're kind of cool with their situation.
Yeah.
And that made the movie far more watchable for me. I would say A tier.
All right. The only negative for me was Mickey Rooney.
Yeah. That's another story.
Both for personal reasons, and his character's kind of just a jerk for no reason. He's constantly giving Ben Stiller's characters these nicknames.
We could just say that he always plays characters that are jerks, and a lot of people play to what they're good at.
Yeah.
There you go.
You
could go ahead and read into that. It's exactly what I'm implying.
To be honest, I really did like him in It's a Mad World, but I liked everybody in that movie. That was a great.
But he was a jerk in that too. But then I guess so was everybody.
Yeah. So anyhow, next movie it's our first movie we saw this month. In fact, this is the only movie we saw this month in theaters. Hoppers.
I didn't like it.
What?
There were too many animals. No, really though, it was a lot of fun. I genuinely do feel like the first half was stronger than the second half of the movie. I liked the way that certain characters reacted to situations. There was a lot of like, here's some weird stuff happening. I guess it's gonna be a long day. Like they know they don't understand what's going on, but they know it's gonna take a while. I like that sort of insight where they're not all knowing.
Yeah, that is kind of one of those things. You can make a character too dumb, like Ben Stiller's character.
Yeah.
Or you can make a character too like, hey, how did you know that?
Yeah. But I feel like this movie had a good balance of that. I did find the setup more interesting than the payoff, but the payoff was good too, though. This was a fun movie to watch all around.
Definitely recommended.
Yes, definitely recommended.
If you haven't seen it, go see it.
Yeah, come on. It's got furry creatures. It's got an implausible highway plot. I mean, seriously, they didn't even start paving before they built the bridge. I mean, where did you ever see the bridge? Why not just make a road? But anyway, I liked it outside of some of the plot elements which really bugged me. Ultimately, I think it's a movie that I might actually rewatch.
Yeah.
So any movie that I'd willingly rewatch, to me is like an automatic A.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
So not S tier, but A tier?
A tier. I don't see a lot of S tier movies. Not a lot of movies I would call S tier.
Come on. Get in there. There we go. All right. Next we have is The Hustle. This is about a couple of con artist women with, I can't remember her name.
Melissa McCarthy?
No, it was not Melissa McCarthy.
Oh no! It was.
She was the one in the other movie.
I'm sorry. We had seen some Melissa McCarthy stuff recently. Yeah. I forgot her name. The blonde one that used to be big, and this was when she was still big.
Yes. In fact, unfortunately, a lot of the humor in the movie is derived from, hey, fat chick is unattractive, but she's constantly trying to hit on men, get them. Give her money.
The other female character, they're both two con women.
Yes.
That have different ways of running their con. One is way more successful than the other generally.
More sophisticated.
Yeah. But they end up finding a way to work together,
Yes.
to do cons together, despite their
Also, unlike what the
differences.
poster would imply, they don't know each other at the start of the movie. They happen to collide into each other while they're performing their cons, and they kind of figure out that they're each con artists in a way. And then they come to the realization, hey, instead of trying to compete with each other, why don't we work together?
Yeah, and then they do. And then hilarity ensues.
Yes.
You should go see this C-list movie.
Okay, see,
It's a solid C in my opinion. I would not watch this again.
Fair.
It was okay, but it was so mediocre. If you're bored and you have nothing else to watch and this is an option, then go for it.
Yeah, put it on the background. But yeah, next
Maybe
one I had watched alone. I think you'd said you'd seen this, The Sandlot.
I saw like bits and pieces of it. I have not seen the whole thing.
Well, basically, this young boy who is the son of was it Willem Dafoe? I want to say. He is new to town and he knows nothing about sports. And all the neighborhood kids play in the Sandlot. They play baseball.
And they welcome this guy who's new to town.
And basically, it's a lot of like unrelated vignettes of time over the summer. It's really done in typical like flashback. It's like, hey, I'm a grown man now, and I'm remembering my time back in the 50s when I used to play with all my friends, and this is what happened one summer. And yeah, lots of implausible things happen. Even one of the more famous scenes is a story one of the kids is telling in the treehouse about these cops, and he says forever. It's all in black and white, and anyway. And the other one is "You're Killing Me, Smalls," is also from this movie. So have you ever heard that phrase? It's from The Sandlot. I had a friend who used to say that all the time, and I had no idea what the reference was to.
I still hear people referencing it.
Yeah, it is.
I guess somebody at work referenced it recently.
But anyhow,
I can't really rate it because I haven't really seen it. I saw the last portion of it. I enjoyed a little bit of it I saw, but I can't. I just can't rate the movie.
I'm gonna stick it in C. It definitely doesn't hold up as an adult. Like if you're a kid, maybe you might get a kick out of this, or maybe if you grew up in the 50s, you might find some of this relatable. I don't know, but there's definitely this huge thing at the end of the movie which goes on forever, forever, and yeah, it is totally implausible. It's the whole thing about how this special baseball that for some reason they decide to use every time they lose a baseball over the fence, they go out and buy a new one, and they can't seem to find the money to buy a new one. So the kid takes his dad's prize ball and hits a home run over the fence. It's gone first time using it. And yeah, on the other side of this fence is this huge dog, and they've made up this huge story. The flashback, I think, was about the dog. And yeah, it's this huge monster of a thing, and it turns out he's just a regular dog. But there's this enormously long scene of them trying to get this ball back every way possible. They come up with all these different gadgets, and every time they've got the ball, they wait too long to just get it out of there, throw it back over the fence or whatever, and the dog gets the ball back, and we got to come up with a new plan. I'm like, come on! It's so ridiculous how long they stretch this thing out. And it's the last bit of the movie. Right? Once they get the ball back, they talk with the owner of the dog, and we get to know who he is. And it was kind of a sweet story with him, with that character. I won't give that away if you end up seeing it. But anyhow, the next movie on the list is Four Brothers.
That was right.
With Mark Wahlberg.
It was a fun romp. It was. The brothers are not biological brothers,
yes,
but they're just as close as any brothers.
Two white guys and two black guys were all adopted by the same sweet woman.
Yeah, she just, no one else wanted to adopt them, so she did, and she got them to play nice with each other, and when she's unfortunately killed in a robbery, The four brothers go to financiers and to get retribution.
Yes, absolutely.
The movie is about them fighting with each other, fighting with other people.
Lots of
on
action.
their way to, yes, lots of action on their way to retribution. A lot of police officer involvement.
I will say that despite the fact that, like, we are told that they were all adopted as kids, we never get flashbacks to them as kids. I don't think, right? I'm pretty sure I don't remember seeing any scenes of them growing up. It's all just told to us, in the story. We never see them as kids. Anyhow, so yeah, what did we think of that one?
It was pretty good. B. Oh, I put somebody in B.
No, we don't have to worry about that.
Okay, it's B tier.
B, all right.
It was fine. It's not a movie I ever intend to revisit.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I saw it.
All right. Next we have Cobweb.
Yes.
This one, I do not know how I came to find out about it. If it was in some sort of into some sort of YouTube video, but I knew very little about this going in. But very, very unusual horror movie. I think it said it was by the director of the It movie, or the It movies, I guess. So what do we think of Cobweb?
I enjoyed it. I feel like there's a possible spooky monster in this one, right?
Yes.
And it's,
Homelander plays the dad.
Yes, the guy who plays
Anthony Starr, I believe his name is.
Yes, that is correct. And
speaking of which, The Boys final season coming up real soon, next week.
Yes, indeed. He was excellent in this. He plays a different character to Homelander, but he does have some of the same traits. And it's all about discovering who this or what this thing is that's living in the walls. And I really enjoyed the journey. If you're just sitting there waiting for the big reveal of the monster or whatever it is, or ghost or psychological whatever it is, if you're sitting around waiting for that, and that's the only thing you want out of this movie, you're not going to enjoy it. I really, really enjoyed the story. I like how it played out. I thought it was pretty solid start to finish. To me, it's a solid A-tier movie.
Okay.
Absolutely would rewatch this. Wouldn't be as exciting knowing what's going to happen, but
I do not remember who played the mom. Do you? Was she anybody you knew?
Was that Farminga?
I don't think so.
I don't remember.
But anyhow, Anthony Starr was like the main draw for me. She was getting to see him in something other than ads for mobile apps and The Boys. Anyhow, next we have the Garfield movie.
It was all right. I fell asleep during portions of it.
But you were tired.
I was very tired.
It wasn't because the movie was boring.
Yeah, the movie was fine. Garfield is far more tolerable in this than he was in the old cartoon. Like in the old cartoon.
Okay.
Yeah, the 80s cartoon.
I thought you were going to say then the live action hybrid movie.
I didn't watch those.
With Bill Murray.
Yeah, I never seen those. But
I saw both of the first. Did they make one and two? They only made two. They made fun of there being a third movie in Zombieland 2. So yeah, I saw both those movies in theaters. I don't know exactly why I went and saw the second one, but that was the first ever kind of date that I ever went on before I met you. But anyhow, yeah. Definitely way better than those two movies. Those are trash. This movie was actually pretty interesting. The animation was solid. The voice acting was really good.
That's to say nothing of one particular voice actor. But anyhow, that's more of my own personal preference. Don't like one of those guys.
I'm guessing. I think
he's the guy that everybody loves.
Okay.
He's a great actor. That's it.
Okay.
Nothing else is good about him.
But anyhow, definitely thought the movie was pretty solid. But it's also not a whole lot of high intelligence kind of stuff going on. It's definitely something for the kids to enjoy, the parents to not feel like they're suffering through, and that's about it. What do you think, B or C?
For me, this is a C tier.
C. Okay.
But I would say that it's mostly because this movie is not for me.
Yes,
It's for
exactly.
a younger audience.
It's
So
definitely like we love animation here.
yes,
But
absolutely.
that is not to say that all animation is equal. Some of it is definitely not necessarily made for an adult audience to
Yes.
consume.
Yes, this one is not
But
for adults. This is something
but
that you tolerate as
yeah,
an adult.
again though, it's not as bad as stuff where it's like for babies kind of thing. There's definitely animation content
Yes.
where adults are going to be like checked out completely and not like this at all. That is not the case for this movie. This is definitely where if you got little kids that want to see this movie, watch it with them. You'll probably enjoy it.
Yes, agreed. Okay.
All right, next we have is The Pledge.
I forgot what
This,
I remember this.
This is with Jack Nicholson as on his last day as a police detective. He comes across a case and
he makes a promise he shouldn't have.
yes, he swears that he will find the killer no matter what. And it's his last day on the job. He really shouldn't be making these kinds of promises. But yeah, movie was very strange. I thought it was going to be an entirely different kind of movie. But yeah, basically it's about this guy who's retiring, and
he does retire.
Uses his retirement to try to find this culprit.
Yes, because there is somebody that gets named for the murder, and he's like, that's not the guy. And he spends the rest of the movie trying to find the guy, and it's hard to say much more without spoiling the ending.
I'm spoiling. I don't care. This movie is crap.
Okay, so
definitely not worth watching, so don't spoil it.
He basically figures out who the killer is, but he's never able to prove it because the killer dies in a unrelated car accident.
And even this is only mostly speculative. I don't know if we have 100% proof, but he's pretty convinced that this guy is the culprit. He sets up a sting operation to catch him, and he never shows up because he's died.
Yes.
But yeah, before that though,
everybody just thinks he's crazy, and then he just dies actually being crazy.
Who was the guy that they thought they had for it at the
beginning?
That
was Benicio del Toro.
That's it. So, yeah, Benicio del Toro shows up as this guy. Very, very weird. He's supposed to be a Native American character.
Yeah, I didn't buy it.
And like apparently he's got a history of the crime that's been committed. And they basically convince him to confess to this crime. And while he's being hauled out to be sent to prison, he kills himself.
Yeah,
he manages to steal the gun from the arresting officer and blows his brains out. And then
they're like, well, that was bad, but at least we got the killer.
Yeah. Case solved. Case closed. Yeah.
And they continue. In that universe, they think that to this very day.
Yeah.
Because the more than likely actual killer burned to death in a car.
Yeah.
So there you go. I actually didn't totally hate that though.
Really?
Yeah.
But anyhow, yeah, I'm putting a D tier.
Okay, I won't fight you on that. The only thing that I did like about it is that it shows how obsession can destroy your life.
Oh, absolutely.
And there might be no meaningful outcome.
Yeah. But at the same time, as a movie, I'm in here. I'm watching the movies to be invested and see, the heroes win or bad guys win. In this one, nobody won.
Yeah, nobody wins.
It was terrible. It was such a terrible ending.
Everybody gets the ending they don't.
The bad guy got away by dying, and not by the hands of the hero. But next we have is Fritz the Cat, the first X-rated animated movie.
Yes, it has some. There's one scene in it. I'm going to totally just jump around. There's one scene where you get to see silhouettes of familiar Disney characters holding an American flag. I believe it was Daisy, Mickey Mouse, and I want to say it was Donald. It was a weird grouping. Like it should have been some others, but it's a blink and you'll miss it.
Okay, I must have blinked.
Yeah, you did. I even mentioned it. You're like, oh, really? And then you never went back to go check.
Oh man, now I really regret it. I'll have to see if I can't find anything on the internet about it. But anyhow, yeah, Fritz the Cat, definitely interesting movie. I think it was from the 70s. Definitely feels like
definitely from the 70s.
There is a lot of racist depictions in there. Like all the black people are crows, and
well, they identify as black as well.
And yeah,
and they're actually voiced by black actors.
But I'm saying there's definitely like race relations being mentioned, and
Yeah.
was the N word even used? I want to
I don't.
say
I don't know.
maybe. Anyhow,
Listen, the whole point about this
it's
movie.
an X-rated movie.
Yeah. This whole character Fritz the cat starts the movie out by talking up a game about how amazing he is and all his life experience when he really has none.
Yes.
And he goes through this whole journey through different groups of people with different backgrounds and he does all this stuff, and by the end of the movie, all the stuff he was saying at the beginning of the movie that he actually did, now he has done it.
Yeah.
And the kind of joke is it still has the same outcome. He's only after one thing, and this isn't the kind of channel that we talk about that.
He's after some bird here.
Yeah. I mean, he seems like he wouldn't have an issue with that.
But anyhow, yeah. It is definitely the first X-rated animated movie for a reason. It's got some graphic, raunchy stuff happening in it. It is still like a 70s animated thing, so it is not like super detailed, but they're definitely doing sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and it's fully on display.
Yes,
it is not something you want to have on when kids are anywhere near.
I'd say good points. Great anime. I mean, it's a fun to see an animation from this time period.
Yes, absolutely.
There's a lot of different furry characters, a lot of different species. There's birds, there's pigs, there's
yes, the cops
mammals.
are pigs.
yes, the cops are pigs. There's a lot of different species. It's crude. It deals with things that it deals with things that like some real people might actually have dealt with.
Yes.
Overall, though, it is extremely rough around the edges.
Absolutely.
And honestly, I thought it was outside of its historical value, I felt like it was a really hard watch.
Okay. So C tier?
If you want to put in C tier, I wouldn't fight you, but I would say D tier.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm putting it at bottom of C. I don't think it was nearly as bad as The Pledge.
Yeah, I'd rather watch The Pledge. And I didn't really like The Pledge either.
Okay, next we have The Internship. Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn are both two guys who just lost their jobs as wristwatch salesmen and are struggling to find employment. And when they find that there is a job opportunity working for this burgeoning new internet company called Googly. And they end up going to the Google headquarters, and they end up on basically this team of losers. Everybody else is on this team. Is the people that nobody else wanted on their team.
They schmoozed their way in. They didn't really have they didn't have the qualifications.
Any qualifications for this.
Yes, but they were fast talkers because of their background in sales.
Yes,
and of course, because the way movies work, even though they're completely out of their element, they end up pulling it together.
Also, Asif Manvi.
Yes, Asif Manvi was very, very nice.
I don't know if I'd ever seen him in anything besides The Daily Show. If I haven't, I've forgotten. Yeah. But yeah,
I have one of his movies, and I still haven't watched it.
He has a prominent part in this movie as a somewhat antagonistic role. He's kind of the guy in charge who's there to decide the winner. But yeah, he's a really good job in this. And I thought this movie was really entertaining. Definitely a little bit of product placement dump with everything Google related, and definitely feels a bit on the dated side, but not by too much. There's definitely other movies where you watch it and it's like, oh my god, none of this makes any sense to a modern audience. But yeah, this one is only just slightly dated.
Yeah, I felt like it was a lot of fun. It was neat seeing the characters interact. I feel like there was really not a ton of plot or substance in this one, though.
Yeah, it's a little bit of kind of like Garfield in a way where it's kind of formulaic in its similar way.
Yeah. This is not a movie that's gonna test your thinking.
Yeah.
This is a movie to sit and watch when you just wanna relax and not really pay attention.
Yeah, I can agree to that. The one thing I will say that I did find annoying is how computer illiterate these two characters were. Like, I don't know if this was the case at the time where adults of their age didn't know this stuff, or if this is implausible. Definitely is now. I'd say most adults know all the stuff that these two guys seem to not have any clue about. Uh, Vince Vaughn's character says, "We'll put it on the line." Do you mean online? No, put it on the line. And this scene that goes on for way too long. But yeah, he seems unaware of what was it? Snapchat? Was that the
Instagram?
Instagram, that was it. So yeah, he had no idea what Instagram was, but he tried to come up with an idea for the competition, and his idea was basically what Instagram is, and they were like, yeah, no, that somebody already made that. It's called Instagram. But anyhow, yeah, the idea he does end up coming up with ends up being a pretty interesting idea. I don't know how it isn't a thing already, or by now, I mean. But anyhow, so how would you rank that movie?
I would call it a C tier.
C? Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's fine. I would have been annoyed if I spent a weekend, time on my weekend to go watch this in theaters.
Yeah, stick that with Garfield. There we go.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm gonna put it over Garfield. I liked it more than Garfield. I actually watched that a second time. So, next was the Lorax.
Oh yeah, based on Dr. Seuss' book that's like 10 pages long.
It's not. It's a little longer, but not by a whole lot. You're not too far off. Not a huge exaggeration, but yeah,
I enjoyed it. But like all Dr. Seuss movies, it stretched real thin.
Oh yeah, they definitely added in a whole new couple of new stories in there compared to the original animated version from back in the day. But yeah, compared to like, have you seen the Cat in the Hat movie that Mike Myers ruined?
Nope.
Good. But yeah, apparently that movie was so terrible that Theodore Geisel's wife, Dr. Seuss's wife, actually took away permission to do any live action movies based off of his books ever again.
Yeah, part of the reason that movie was so bad is because, like, Mike Myers didn't even want to do it, but he was already contractually obligated to. Yeah, so it's like, hey, here's a movie you don't want to do, but you have to do it. It's not gonna be good.
Yeah, it was super like raunchy and stuff. But anyhow, that's not the movie we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the Lorax. The Lorax I thought was really entertaining. I liked the songs in it. Danny DeVito
the songs were good.
Was fantastic as the titular Lorax. I wish he was in the movie more for being the title. But Zac Efron, I believe, plays the human boy that is the framing device, as it were. But a boy who lives in this plastic town, and he goes and ventures out and finds the Onceler who tells him the story about how he met the Lorax after chopping down the truffula tree. And I definitely say that the animated movie or animated short from back in the day is a lot more accurate to the book. This one takes a lot of liberties, and like I said, Zac Efron's character is completely he's barely in the book at all. He's just there as a witness in the book and the original cartoon. This one, he's his own character. He's got a love interest that he wants to impress by finding a tree, which doesn't exist anymore in this plastic world. And we got Rob Riggle as this villain who's got this empire on selling bottled air. Instead of bottled water, it's bottled air. And he finds the tree as a threat to his business. But anyhow, how would you rank the Lorax?
I was okay. It's a B.
B, all right.
I think I'm being generous with that.
All right, bottom of B. All right, next we have Over the Hedge. This one I definitely wanted to show you because of how I felt the Hoppers had in common with it. Features Bruce Willis as RJ the Raccoon.
Yeah, I enjoyed the whole movie. It's in the title, the premise in the title. Actually, these animals are coming out of hibernation. Mm-hmm. The majority of them are. Some of them did not hibernate, like our titular character.
Yes, RJ is the only character who hasn't hibernated.
Yeah, he steals from a bear. And the bear's like, you better...
Nolte, I believe?
Was that?
Is it Nick Nolte? No. Who's the wrestler? Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke, who voices the bear. But yeah, he steals this bear's stash of human food that he's gotten together.
And his wagon. And his cooler.
Yes. And he gives him a week I think it's a week, to get all of his stuff back.
Because the bear was in hibernation. He's like, I'm going to go back to hibernate. You better replace all my stuff. And then in doing so, eventually, all these animals eventually wake up from hibernation. They see, what's this? There's a hedge around all of existence. And then they, not really. And then they look over the hedge, hence the movie title, and see that man has moved in and
Yes.
basically
Suburbia.
They built a suburban town all around this park that the animals live in. And they're like, what's this? And then the raccoon is like, we gotta steal from the humans to feed ourselves now. And it really is just a ploy to replace what he stole from the bear.
It's a pretty simple story, but it's also very entertaining. Definitely feel like it's also just on the cusp of CG animation. It's not so bad that it's hard to watch, but it's not as good as what you might be used to. But I think it's worth watching. Catherine O'Hara is even in this as
the great Catherine O'Hara
as the woman who is in charge of the homeowners association.
Yes,
That's
yes.
it. And she's kind of one of the villains in the film. But yeah, they're very, very entertaining, very star-studded animated movie with William Shatner, Avril Lavigne, Steve Carell, and so many more. It's definitely a great furry movie. How would you rank it?
That is, I don't know. I enjoyed it a lot. I would say maybe an A tier.
All right.
I genuinely, I don't always enjoy, I like furry movies, but no, I rarely find them as enjoyable as this one. Over the Hedge, Hoppers, they were both fun furry movies.
All right, next we have Night Museum Battle of the Smithsonian.
Yes.
This is one where they go to Washington, D.C., and we get to meet another pharaoh who's played by
Hank Azaria.
Hank Azaria, yes.
Dr. Nick. Apu. Nahasapita Petalon?
Yes, I think you said
and,
that. Or was, anyway, before they...
And a couple others. And anyway, and also he was in that Godzilla movie that nobody likes. But, yeah, he plays the brother of Rami Malek's character from the first movie. They do not interact at all at any point in any of the movies.
Really? I guess I didn't realize.
Yeah, because they're in two different locations.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't come with them.
Yeah, they talk about him, but he never encounters him, and he's never addressed again. Anyhow, I really like his character. He's a fun character. It's fun to see other things come to life.
Yes. And also the fact this museum has a lot of like pop art, and there's like paintings that come to life. And
we could go into the paintings.
Yes,
there's a whole other world in there.
I thought that was a really cool addition there. But yeah, the very, very unusual sequel they did here, where a lot of the cast got left behind in New York when they went to DC.
They did find a way to get Teddy in there for a scene, though.
But anyhow, Robin Williams in him.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I guess he was still playing him, but still, it was a different. Anyhow. So, what do you think of this movie?
I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I like how they upped the ante. I felt ultimately like, of all of the three movies, this is the one I think probably people would have liked the least.
Okay.
Maybe even the movie company, seeing as how none of it seems to have mattered.
Yeah.
The first movie definitely matters for the third one.
Absolutely.
But the second one feels like it doesn't
exist. It didn't need to exist. You could watch the first and then the third and still...
Yeah, if you do that, you will not miss any of the storyline.
I don't think it gets referenced at all.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like even the movie creators like, let's pretend this one didn't exist.
The one thing that bothered me a lot is there's a lot of stuff that gets wrecked and no consequences ever come up.
Yeah.
Like, they just go back home and we never even see anybody go, oh my god, what happened?
Yeah, they destroyed Washington, D.C.
Yeah, they wrecked the place. It is so much is broken in this movie and nothing comes of it.
Yeah, ultimately though.
Whereas in the first movie, when things got broken, he got yelled at by Ricky Gervais's character, the owner of the museum.
Yeah, there were definitely consequences. This movie, definitely, they just did whatever they wanted. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
So I definitely thought it was a lot of fun. Definitely the weakest of the trilogy. But I did enjoy quite a few things. I wish they had worked more of it into the overall lore. But all things considered, it was an okay movie.
Yeah, there was a lot of new characters that got introduced that were really fun. We got Bill Hader as General Custer.
Yes, he was wonderful.
Who played Amelia Earhart? Do you remember?
I do not remember.
Is that Amy Adams?
Sounds right.
But yeah, so that both of those characters were really fun. And there was Albert Einstein bobbleheads got thrown in there. They were pretty fun. But anyhow, so how would we rank this one?
This is it's either going to be a C or a B. Is there a B point C tier? I would put it in B.
I'll put it at the bottom of B. All right, next we got Monkey Shines, an experiment in fear. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I liked it more than The Pledge, but not by a whole lot.
Yeah, the whole point is this guy gets an accident. He's a pro sports ball player.
George A. Romero directed this one. So high pedigree for this. You'd think it would be a lot better.
I remember seeing commercials for this back in the day and being really frightened, even though they don't show you anything but the monkey. And a symbol monkey is not actually even in the movie. At the time, back in the day, it probably would have spooked me a bit.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I look at this and I'm like, that was kind of boring and pointless. Some things, they did the worst thing ever. They did the worst thing that you can do in a movie. You know what they did? All I'll say is that it's a horror movie, and this nurse had a pet budgie. Oh. And they did the worst thing you could possibly do in this, with all these elements put together. So, for me, actually, you know what? I would give it an F tier based on that.
Oh, okay.
This gets an F tier for what they did. Just don't put that character in there.
But anyhow, yeah.
I will give it this. Those were accurate bird sounds.
But yeah, the poster shows this toy monkey. If you want to see that, go see The Monkey. That one was actually a good movie.
That was a better movie.
So this one, definitely really bad. Like she said, it was about a guy who got paralyzed, and unlike a good movie where you get to know the character beforehand, I think the opening credits hadn't even finished by the time he's paralyzed.
Yes.
He gets hit by a car and he's paralyzed, and he basically is in one of those situations where he's in those robotic chairs where he has to breathe into a tube in order to move it. And yeah, for some reason they give him this helper monkey, and
hilarity ensues, and he slowly mind melds with the monkey.
Yeah, for some reason.
They start sharing emotions. Yeah, it's not really totally explained except for strange new drugs.
Yeah, which I don't know how that would do anything
like
that.
Terrible friends.
And the other thing is that we get the implication that there's going to be a huge body count. There's hardly any kills in this movie.
Yeah. This movie was weak sauce. I feel like it was
definitely not worth watching.
It's more for psychological things, but yes, definitely.
I think its only value would be as analyzing on how not to make a horror movie.
Yeah, and I did not like the ending.
Anyhow, the next one we have is Kicking and Screaming with Will Ferrell.
Yeah, this one was all right. It's a typical, I'm going to be the inept captain of a failing sports ball team.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Little league, not little league, but kids team. Pee-wee, there we go, Pee-wee team.
And like all the players are terrible. Some don't really seem to want to be there.
Yeah.
They just don't really care. And throughout the course of it, you know what happens? They all learn to love the game, and they all become good at it. And then our heroes win at the end.
They also add in a couple of ringers on the team.
Yes, but the ringers actually really liked. The one thing I did like about the ringers is the ringers didn't hate the other team members, and they actually interacted with them.
Yeah.
And tried to help them get better at soccer.
Yeah.
It kind of breaks the formula, and anytime they do that in any situation, it gets points for me. I think. That saved a lot of the movie. It's a fine movie. It's just run of the mill. It's C tier for me.
Okay. But yeah, it is.
Will Ferrell. If it wasn't Will Ferrell, I probably would have put it in D tier.
That was the reason I wanted to see it, because I love Will Ferrell, and I've pretty much enjoyed most of the things he's done.
Yeah. And Mike Ditka, I did not realize that Mike Ditka was that good of an actor. He is good in this movie.
Yeah, he's
he wasn't even an actor before. He's just a football coach, and then he became he got a few spots in television here and there because of his career. And even though he is just Mike Ditka in this movie, that's literally he's playing himself.
Yep. Yeah.
He's
Absolutely.
a good actor. He is very good.
Alex Borstein also
Love his character.
makes a funny cameo in there.
Yeah,
Uncredited apparently, from what I was
yeah,
reading.
very weird. But
But yeah, she has a couple of funny scenes, and yeah, not much to her character other than she's a Karen.
all right.
But next we have Night Museum: Secret of the Tomb.
Yeah, this one was definitely really good too. Definitely better than the second one.
This time they go to London.
Yes, they go to London with a handful of their most popular characters
Yep.
from the first movie.
Yeah, pretty much everybody that people like from the New York Museum all come along, sneak along somehow.
Yeah, they all fit into one crate, and then they help out with this adventure, and we get to find more about Rami Malek's characters. I forgot, what is he, Amun Ra?
Yeah, I think that's right.
And they find it because they go to London because their tablet is running out of magical power.
The magic tablet that brings everybody to life is having some weird glitches happening. It's starting to corrode, and they don't know why. And apparently, it was a secret that his dad took to the grave. So they go in to visit his dad, who is in the London Museum.
Yep, and their dad, and it's neat to see more characters that came to life that weren't originally wax statues. They were actual people. So you don't have the weird like duplicate situation like you have with Teddy, where he knows he's not the original Teddy. But it was Sir Ben Kingsley playing the role of his dad.
Unfortunately, he's like Ben Kingsley's character is barely in it, though.
Yeah,
compared to his other son in the second movie, who was like a huge role. He got to really ham it up.
And he's not mentioned at all in this movie. It's not even mentioned that.
I don't think. At least I don't think. I'm pretty sure he wasn't.
They didn't mention that. They didn't mention the gate from the second movie. The whole finale. I feel like this one was way better. It kind of fixes the issues that the second movie had. Overall, I really liked it, and it was designed to be the true finale to the series.
Definitely wondering where this animated series is gonna go with it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
See how that goes.
It really kind of like the finality of it at the end made it feel to me like especially moving. You had to say goodbye to these characters, especially Robin Williams. No longer
it was his last role.
Yeah, and I would say it's an A tier.
Better or not as good as the first movie?
I would say it's about the same. I would say the first movie beats it out a little bit just because it introduces the mythos. I feel like the storyline is much stronger in this, though.
Okay. Let's see. Then we have Vivarium. This was with very unusual movie with Jesse Eisenberg and I forgot her first name, but her last name is Poots. Poots.
Amanda
Poots?
I don't remember.
Anyhow, so yeah, basically,
sorry, Miss Poots.
This couple who I believe this takes place in England, or at least the UK, are looking for a home to move into to start a family, and they get shown to this weird little complex of houses that are all identical and in this huge maze of buildings. And then the guy who's brought them there just kind of disappears. And they're like, how do we get out of here?
Yeah, they drive around until they run out of fuel and find out there is no way to get out.
And spoilers, they never find out how this place trapped them there or who trapped them there. Is a total mystery that is never answered. Yeah, so if you're watching this movie to find out answers, you're not going to get them.
Yeah. I do like the otherworldly feel. It does feel like a low-budget movie.
Yeah. Not that low, but it's definitely not the biggest.
It has good production value.
Absolutely.
It shows the mental breakdown of these people that are trapped in this impossible situation. And basically they suffer the whole movie until they die.
Yeah.
And you find out the whole thing was a training program for their weird creatures that look like humans, and just to get better at trapping more people. Yep. I feel like it is spooky, it's creepy, it's frightening.
Yeah, even if you know what the plot is, it's kind of worth watching this just to
Yes.
just to see how weird it goes.
Ultimately, you get almost no answers.
Yes.
Almost no answers out of the movie.
It is very weird. Weird to a fault, even.
Yeah, I couldn't.
It's weird. Definitely
I could
weird
not,
for weird's sake.
I could not rewatch this movie. This was a tough watch for me. I didn't hate it. It's just a tough watch. This is either a D or a C tier.
Okay, bottom of C. Then we have Ready or Not. We watched this movie in anticipation of going to see the second one, but
Yes,
life got in the way. We weren't able to see it.
I did it dumb, and I prevented us from seeing the movie.
The sequel, anyway.
We'll see it though.
But
fingers crossed.
The first movie, very interesting movie. Definitely see why they went and made a sequel. Basically, this young woman marries into a rich family who is a board game manufacturer or games manufacturer.
Very eccentric.
Yes,
board
very
game
eccentric.
manufacturer. Well, they're board games and they're very eccentric people.
Yes.
And they find out they do every time someone enters the family, they have to pick a random game. There's a machine or whatever that gives them a card, and they have to play whatever game is on the card. And apparently, there's a whole bunch of normal ones, but there's one really bad one, which is hide and seek. And that's the one the newlywed gets, and she has to hide, and they have to find her, and they cannot let her live. There you go.
So yeah,
movie.
Definitely a very very wild movie. Definitely worth checking out. I'm definitely excited to see the sequel. Where are we thinking? A or S?
This is an A tier.
A tier, okay.
It's the closest thing that we have on this list to an S tier.
Oh, really?
It is a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun. If we didn't already know the plot or know that the girl survives.
Yeah, that was the one downside to it.
Yeah, it's in the trailers. I don't feel too bad about spoiling it. I think if I didn't know, I would have made it an S tier.
Okay.
That's it.
Next we have Inu-Oh. This was an anime movie we saw.
Bizarre animation.
Yes.
No, really good animation.
Yes.
Bizarre story.
This one feels like something that may have made more sense to the original Japanese audience. But yeah, it's about this two main characters. One who is a young boy who grew up in a fishing village, and he ended up getting blinded, but he didn't let that slow him down. He ends up becoming a talented musician, and he meets this other character who is some kind of yokai, I'd say. Yeah, we kind of get a hint of his backstory. We see like a play being performed that seems to be talking about or showing his birth, and he was born to a normal woman, but it was some sort of magical contract that caused him to be born inhuman.
Significantly deformed.
Yes, he is very misshapen, and we kind of don't get to know him right away. It isn't until like half an hour into the movie we really find out he's the title character. He doesn't even know he has to come up with his name way later in the movie, and he's like, I'm going to call myself Inu-Oh.
Yeah,
or King of Dogs.
He was so because he used to like hang out with the dogs and sleep with them because now the people they didn't want to destroy him, but they're like, hey, just leave him out there, let him fend for himself.
Yeah.
And he kind of just hangs around, and he finds out through the course of the movie that every time he does a new dance, he becomes a little more human. And we learn more. There's a lot more to it, but the whole thing is that him and his effective brother, the one is really good at the one that was always human is really good at playing the
Biwa.
Biwa?
Biwa. B-I-W-A. Biwa.
Biwa. And he starts making his own music instead of playing the traditional music. And Inu-Oh is an amazing dancer, and let me tell you, the animation for him is breathtakingly
Agreed.
Good. So good. His dances are amazing. I'm just blown away by the animation.
I will definitely say beware watching this if you're the least bit tired, because the music there's a lot of long stretches where it's just them dancing and them playing this wonderful music, and you might find yourself nodding off if you're tired.
Yeah, it is wonderful though. The story is a little weird.
Yes.
But you do get the full story.
Yes.
Really, from their birth all the way to long after their death, and it's I feel complete. Beautiful animation, beautiful storytelling, very very strange characters.
Yes.
Oh man, the only reason I wouldn't, oh I don't know, S tier,
Okay.
because I don't
We haven't
know,
put anything there, so why not?
yeah,
And
it's so well done, so well
so,
done.
and lastly, we have. I believe this was the first ever thing Vince Gilligan of Breaking Bad fame and Better Call Saul fame wrote. Home fries. I believe I even read that it was a college thing that he wrote in college before they
Yeah,
made into a movie.
I could see that.
But yeah, it stars
Luke Wilson,
yeah, Luke Wilson
Gary
and
Busey.
Gary
I'm
Busey.
not
No,
Jake Busey.
Jake Busey.
Sorry.
Yes. And who's the girl?
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore. I think one of her, other than obviously playing in E.T., one of her earliest roles.
Oh, and Shelley Duvall.
Oh yeah, that's right. And Catherine O'Hara.
Yes. Yeah, Catherine O'Hara is wonderful. The characters are all beautifully acted.
Now the movie I'm hoping we can watch before you stream tonight, After Hours, would have been on here if we recorded this after. But I was like, yeah, we gotta make sure we record this.
Yeah. Plus, I'm getting that. So. Yeah, the whole thing is the stepdad, this one guy, this woman's husband, cheats on her with a much younger woman who works at this generic fast food burger joint.
Yes.
And through circumstances, she ends up meeting the step family, and the rest of the family of this guy. Anyhow, he cheats on her, and in order to put the fear of God into him, as they put it, these two brothers who are also helicopter pilots kind of like scare him with their helicopter, and he gets so scared he has a heart attack and dies. And the whole movie is about the characters finding out their relations to him and one another, and then it ends with an undeserved happy ending.
Okay. Also, the title makes no sense.
Yes, because there are no home fries in this movie. For those that don't know, home fries are very similar to French fries, but they are essentially, I believe in most cases where I've had them, they are diced potatoes, sometimes coarsely diced, sometimes they're finely diced, but they are diced potatoes that are usually fairly greasy, and they're fried and usually served for breakfast.
Yes, with like eggs and bacon.
Yes, I'm going to a place tomorrow that serves home fries. It's typically served at diners.
Yes.
Since this was not a diner in the movie, but a fast food joint, they do not have home fries. And they never say home fries. They never showed home fries at any point. There's no home fries, and I love home fries.
And the other thing is, I don't even remember them French fries even being.
I don't think they even
shown.
showed French fries.
Like, there's definitely a scene where we see somebody's making fries in the background.
Oh, yeah, wait, that was a milkshake. I was going to say there's a time where, yes, he is instructed on how to make French fries, but we never really get to see them.
But yeah, French fries don't even really show up at all.
Yeah, and they're not. And once again, French fries, home fries, not the same thing. Similar. Very, very similar, yes. But not the same thing.
So anyhow, how would we rank this movie?
I thought it was boring ultimately. I mean, I really liked how the story came together.
Yeah.
It was very well told, very well acted. I feel like, sorry. I don't know. For me, this is a C tier. It was just kind of, they did a good job with it. I just feel like it was still boring.
All right, yeah, I'm kind of like on the fence about am I glad that I saw this movie or not.
I don't feel too bad.
Like everything above this movie, I am glad I saw to some degree. This movie, like, I'm on the fence.
Yeah, for me, I could take it or leave it.
If I've never seen it, well, no, that's hard to say because like if I had never seen it, I wouldn't know that I wouldn't think that I should have. Anyhow, you get what I think.
I like Jake. I mean, I like Luke Wilson, and I love Jake Busey. Pretty much everything I've seen him in, he's been a pleasure to watch. I recognized his character too. I didn't see the credit. I wasn't paying enough attention to the credits.
Yeah.
And when I first saw him, you see the back of his head. I was like, that looks like the back of Jake Busey's head. And it was Jake Busey. And I'm like, that made the movie watchable for me. Otherwise, nah.
Okay. So anyhow, yeah, that's the list.
Yay! Okay, we're gonna go watch another movie and add it to another list next time. Maybe not next time. Well, soon.
It's soon. Some point. If this one does well, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great Fursuit Friday. Tune in to Azurean's stream tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. Links are in the description as always, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh wait,